Shitcase Cinema. On the Shitcase Cinema. Oh, it's the Shitcase Cinema.
Be excellent to each other.
So, Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure stars Wayne and Garth. Nah, I'm only kidding. Stars Bill and Ted, played by Alex Winter and Keanu Reeves. But who the fuck is Alex Winter? Well, he's famous for playing Bill in Bill and Ted and that vampire in The Lost Boys. Incidentally, I even called him Bill from Bill and Ted in that. So Bill and Ted are a bunch of stupid yet likeable metalheads who want nothing more than to be in a rock band and have a most excellent music video. But that's pointless as they don't even have decent instruments. But they can't have decent instruments because they don't know how to play. And because they don't know how to play, they want to get Eddie Van Halen in to teach them. But to get Eddie Van Halen in, they need to have an excellent music video.
Excellent!
It's mental. Now this sums the guys up. They're totally useless, totally hopeless and totally clueless. But they don't have any worries in life until they're told they need to pass their school history report or risk being kicked out. Now you could either A, fail and drop out, or B, work your ass off and try to pass. Or C, you could sit there in the hope that some dude from the future lands right in front of you in a phone box. Yeah, this is Rufus, a most excellent time traveller whose mission it is to make sure that Bill and Ted pass their history report so that the future will be most excellent. Now, if you've never seen Bill and Ted, you're probably wondering why I keep saying the word excellent all the time. But once you see it, you'll be doing it yourself, so don't complain at me. So if you're thinking, yeah, this sounds like one shit storyline, of course it is, but that's not the point. This is a comedy film, not some bollocks that you're meant to believe like Zardoz.
Zardoz speaks to you.
Okay, maybe that's a bad example, but you get what I mean. So after a brief chat with themselves from the future, they get into the phone box and go travelling through the circuits of history with Rufus. I'm half expecting some goon to say, oh, he's a shit version of Doc Brown from Back to the Future and the phone box is shit too, it's not like the DeLorean. It's nothing like Back to the Future apart from the time travel bit, which is, I admit, a large chunk of the film in all fairness, but whatever. So moving on, they visit France. God knows why anyone would want to go there. Napoleon decides to blow them up and ends up getting launched into the air and into the circuits of history with Bill and Ted, which is bent, but there you go. Then it's on to the Wild West to meet, yep, you guessed it. Oh, fuck off. Just because he was in a shit film called Wild Wild West. No, they meet Billy the Kid. So they get into a short bar fight here, but escape in the phone booth with Billy the Kid for company, which is rather strange because he doesn't even question what's going on, he just goes with them willy-nilly. Oh, meanwhile, Napoleon is being held captive at Bill and Ted's house by Ted's little brother. So next, it's on to England. Why are they travelling to all these different locations and times? Well, to pass their history exam obviously, but it does seem a tad weird why they kidnap historical figures. And kidnap them they do because before you know it, they've bagged Joan of Arc, some bearded twat in a top hat, Sigmund Freud, Beethoven, Genghis Khan, and some guy dressed in a giant nappy type thing. It's almost as bad as Sean Connery's more revealing red version in the most bodacious movie of all. Actually, it's bogus. Now, Bill and Ted sometimes gets unfair comparisons to Wayne's World. Why? Just because it's got two losers who like rock music. Me and Professor Bruce like rock music, but that doesn't mean we get compared to Bill and Ted and Wayne's World. Now, I like both sets of films, but Bill and Ted is better in my opinion because I can't see Wayne and Garth travelling in time. Plus, Bill and Ted will just kick their ass. Now, the fact that they can time travel just allows the characters to bend the rules a little more than most films, and that's why this film rocks. Growing up seeing this movie as a kid was most excellent. Actually, do you know what? I could make this dead easy to be honest from now on. See this guy? Excellent. This scene here is excellent. This part is excellent. This isn't as excellent as the last clip, but it's still excellent. And the ending? The ending is excellent. And I want to join their band Wild Stallions, so here's the most excellent guitar solo from me as an audition. So after capturing the historical figures for their report, things start to fuck up as they take them to a trip to the local mall. Why the fuck would you do that? And before you know it, Carney's beating 10 bells of shit out of shop dummies, Beethoven is playing keyboards despite the music over the top being guitar based, and lots of other silly crap happens. But where are Bill and Ted while this goes on? They're at the water park with Napoleon, who's dressed up badly enough to make Professor Bruce look like the height of fashion. He seems to be getting on really friendly with the little kids. Don't ask. So all the iconic figures are arrested and locked up in the police station where Ted's dad just happens to work. Now this is going to be really tricky getting everyone out of the cells, but when you have a magic time travelling phone box you can pretty much do anything. So just remind yourselves to set up things and when you look, it's done. How cool is that? Even Kurt Russell will be jealous of that trick. So what can they do? I know, how about setting up a tape recorder with their voices on to fool Ted's stupid dad so they can sneak into the cells? Great plan, but what about all the other pigs in the shop? Surely they'd ask a question or two, but nope, in and out of there like the wind. Oh, but when you get caught by your stupid dad, the ability of having a magic phone box then allows you to drop a garbage can on your old man's head. Okay. Now let's just rewind things a moment like we have our own time travelling phone box. I mean I can do that anyway, but that's another story entirely. So let's find some totally weird scenes in this movie. Like Napoleon eating ice cream and then a pair of dicks make piggy noises at him. Look, he's as clueless as I am. You wankers. Genghis Khan cleaning a toilet, Beethoven cleaning windows, and Freud doing God knows what with a vacuum cleaner. Dirty bastard. The fact that Bill's stepmom is only about a year older than he is. Seriously? And Ted even fancies her, and I think Bill does too, despite knowing it's kind of wrong given the situation. So they mosey on down to the school to do their report, but it looks like they're too late. Oh no! Oh no, wait, they somehow found the time to set up a most excellent light show and whatnot and do a stellar report with the help from their iconic friends. Great stuff, they pass and all's well. And just to top things off, Rufus appears at the very end and as a present for passing, he's kidnapped 2 lovely English princesses for Bill and Ted to keep. Woohoo, rock on! I forgot to mention earlier on that they met 2 hot tarts in a castle. And they were captured by an evil king.
Bogus.
But they escaped and the rest, as they say, is history.
Excellent.
So Bill and Ted was something of a cult phenomenon in the late 80s and very early 90s. It spawned a most excellent sequel that was actually bogus. There was a cartoon series which of course was excellent and loads of other stuff that I can't actually remember. And funnily enough, in the last few weeks, reports have been coming to light about a 3rd Bill and Ted movie, but I don't know if I'd really like to see that personally. Part of me would, but I think it'd be completely different to the style of Excellent Adventure and Bogus Journey. Plus, Keanu Reeves surely can't play Bill again in the same way. I mean, when have you ever seen Keanu Reeves act silly or laugh or even smile or even pull a face expression other than this? If anything is bogus, it's that. So good all-round family entertainment doesn't come much finer than this, but why have I just reviewed a good film? Because I get sick and tired of reviewing god-awful crap, and even someone as dedicated as myself needs to take a breather. But don't worry, I'm sure next week's review will be a shocker. 8.5 out of 10. Oh, I'm back. Did anybody actually notice that little mistake that I made there towards the end of the review, saying that Keanu Reeves can't play Bill again because he actually plays Ted? Well, it doesn't matter if you didn't, because that's not the mistake I made. No, the fact that I said this is bogus is wrong. This is bogus, you fucking scruffy bastard, Reeves.